In 2013, SoHumane introduced our new agility program, and we're very excited about the opportunity this offers for our canine residents. Neo is a handsome lab mix who came on the saving train. He was a very good boy when he first arrived, but as he stayed here longer, he began to exhibit some behaviors that might present a barrier to adoption. He was fence fighting, not getting along with his neighbors, really not listening to his handler or his walker, and it became apparent that he needed some focus, so he was a perfect candidate for the agility yard, where that's the primary concentration, is giving focus, receiving lots of praise, and gaining confidence for jobs well done. He was extremely successful, and he found a home not too long after he started his training here. Holly was another saving trained dog who came in and also did not do well in the stressful kennel environment. She was displaying some behavior that might turn some people off. In reality, she was just guarding her space, but it looked like she was displaying aggression. Once she was introduced to the agility yard, she thrived, she blossomed. So many of the negative behaviors just evaporated because she was so happy receiving all this praise for a job well done. 10 minutes of agility is equivalent to a dog like this running a couple hours. Literally, the agility yard has changed her behavior 100%. Little Taz is a small Chihuahua mix that also arrived on the saving train. And like so many of the small dogs that come into SoHumane, he was frightened, confused, scared in the shelter environment, and actually he was not thriving at all. He was so scared he couldn't come to the front of his kennel, and he would just wait in the back and shake. He was not letting people approach him. He didn't want anyone to pick him up, and it became very apparent that he was not going to become adopted quickly. But here he is being introduced to lower level equipment, and you can see already he's coming out of his shell a little bit. By being introduced to agility, he's learning to overcome fears and get lots of praise and reward for doing simple tasks. A very important part of the training process, in addition to providing focus and training, is that these dogs get lots of love, and it's actually changed his life completely because he was able to bond with people much more readily than when he first arrived here, and he's now found his forever home. Sometimes in the shelter environment, there are dogs that simply become invisible through no fault of their own. They disappear into the shadows of their kennels. Ahava, a Chihuahua mix, was one of those dogs. No one was coming to look at her. No one was asking to take her out. And she frankly got very depressed and lethargic and had given up hope that anyone was ever going to come take her home. This is her very first time in the agility yard, and from the very moment she set foot in there, her attitude, everything in her life changed. She was happy, enthusiastic. She thrived on the praise. She loved doing the tasks. And 2 weeks afterwards, she found her forever home.